Hi, my name is Annie Lockwood, and I am a certified Bini yoga instructor. When I was first asked if I would be interested in trying yoga, I thought to myself, I would never be any good because I'm not flexible. Are you one of those people who think you need to be flexible in order to try yoga? Well, the answer to that is no, you do not need to be flexible to do yoga. Although I have to say that after practicing yoga regularly, you will appreciate increased flexibility, muscle toning, and strengthness, along with balance, and even some more mental clarity and emotional lifting. So those are just some of the highlights of the benefits that practicing yoga on a regular basis can provide to you. So if you aren't flexible, then how is it that you can practice some of these poses that look like they have you twisted in positions that you aren't able to achieve? The answer to that question is that we as teachers have the knowledge to help our students use props or adaptations in their poses so that you can still achieve the same benefits or function from the particular yoga pose, while not having to stress your body and attempt to do some of those very challenging poses that your body may not be able to do naturally. For instance, myself, I have very tight hamstrings, and from day one, I was not able to do the famous down dog where you have your hands on the floor and your toes on the floor and you're pointing your hips up and back and having a nice beautiful flat back and nice long lengthened legs. Because my hamstrings, the backs of my legs are tight, I do the pose by bending my knees. So I will still get the same wonderful benefits in my shoulders, my arms, through my back. And there are different poses that I can do to give me the same full benefit of the leg hamstring stretch that some people are able to achieve. So there are different ways we can adjust our bodies in poses to help us be able to appreciate the function or the benefit of the pose. And then there are also props that we can use, such as a yoga block. So maybe with people who have tight hamstrings, such as myself, maybe I might have a challenge being able to do a forward bend where I'm standing and then bending and reaching my fingers to the floor. And I may not be able to reach the floor, but if I put a block in front of me, which gives me a little bit of height, I may be able to reach the block. And then I would be able to achieve the same benefit from the pose as anyone who can reach the floor without the block. So are there different ways that a yoga teacher can help you gain the benefits or the function of the pose by using these different adaptations? And I have come to learn that props are my friend, and I often use them in the classes that I teach. So what would you need to get started if you're new to yoga? So starting, I would recommend that you purchase a yoga mat. That is an essential for all classes. And that helps to give you some stickiness so that you don't slide when you're doing the different poses or slip. And it also provides some extra padding for you on top of your floor so that you have some extra padding for your knees and all of your joints. The other thing that I would recommend is a block. So just like I had shared before, we use these a lot in our classes, and also a blanket. Blankets are so versatile. You can do so many things with them. And I would recommend getting a blanket that is thicker rather than a thin throw blanket, because the more material you have, the thicker it can be, the more height it can give you in a pose and the more cushion that you might need for your knees or different joints. And then we also use chairs. So if you have a kitchen chair or a folding chair, that would be something that would be beneficial. In some of our classes, we'll use that. And then everybody should have a wall in their house. And sometimes we might do some poses with the wall to help support us. So those are the different types of things I would recommend that you have to get started. Now, I teach classes at 5 Koshas Yoga and Wellness Center in Wausau on Wednesday nights from 5:30 to 6:30. And if you come to the studio and enjoy class in person, the studio does have all of the equipment that I just went over. So you wouldn't even need to have anything. You could just come to the studio and we would have everything for you, although you are welcome to bring your own items as well. In the class that I teach, I do a hybrid in person, and I also Zoom the class live. So you could join us live if you wish from home. And then I would recommend that you have all of those items. And then both people who choose to sign up to come in person or online will receive a recording of the class, and you'll be able to use the recording at your convenience for 5 days afterwards. So I encourage you to come try yoga if you haven't yet, and I would love to see you in the studio. Thank you. Bye.